Hello friends and potential friends. Well, today is Sunday and I decided to take a little bit of a walk out into the pasture. This is one of the mulberry trees that we have growing out in the middle of the pasture. And as you can probably see, it is loaded down with mulberries. And not only that, but these ones seem to be ripening just a little bit ahead of the ones up by the house. So I'm starting to find a few ripe mulberries out here. Now, granted, it's a long walk to get here, but they sure are sweet. A little bit smaller than the ones at the house too. But they are a nice treat, and it gives me a little bit of a shady spot out in the middle of the pasture. And it looks like in a couple of weeks there's going to be a bunch of them out here. Not really any good place to put tarps or anything like that. And I wouldn't want to have to come out here every day and try to pick them. But it's a nice little oasis when I'm out wandering around in the pasture. Yeah, there are several of them out here. That one over there, the bigger one at the far end, is loaded down. The one next to it has got quite a few berries. And then there's one more over here that's got quite a few berries. They're all up in the rocks and everything, so there's not really a flat spot to put a tarp. And the rest of the back half of the pasture is still pretty dry. I may have to do a little bit more work on the water. Of course, today's Sunday, and this is the first day that the water starts running down next to the garage, so it hasn't made it this far yet. But I'll be doing a little bit of tending on that. Happily, the neighbors and my sister and brother-in-law came in and did quite a bit of maintenance on the irrigation ditch that runs down the side of our property. So that saved me a lot of work, and I sure appreciate that. But there are a few little things to do here and there. So I'll just slowly whittle away at it. See what I can do about turning the rest of this pasture green again. Because the cows do have access to it this year. I'd like to give them something to eat when they come over here. I guess I'm kind of doing this in reverse, because I walked all the way back here before I turned the camera on. But normally the water runs down that ditch all the way from the front of the house, comes down here to this corner, and then it kind of spreads out, goes out into that section, and a lot of it comes across and goes into this section. It just hasn't started running heavy enough yet to make it all the way back here. So we'll see what I can do about getting that situated. Because back in this section it's all kind of brown still. The water's just simply not making it back here yet. Not enough volume. And here's a little trench right here that should have water coming out in it. And there are a number of others like that too. Some places that I'll have to do a little bit of cleaning up and digging. Not today. And there's where the water's making it to. So only another 30 or 40 feet to get to that corner. It's flowing a little bit here. Some more that I need to clean out to make sure it flows free. And this is one spot where I can put a barricade to try to direct more of the water out. And that'll get some more water out into this part. And there is an old tarp here that was used for directing water. So I'll try to put that to use. We do have a little bit of a trickle. There's another tarp for directing water. A couple of boards and PVC pipes that have been used for holding up the tarps. And you can see that, I hope you can see that there are trenches dug out here. We just need to get the water volume up high enough to where we can take advantage of it. But it's not really our day right now. The next door neighbor's got the water running on his property, and it's running pretty good. But when he cuts his off, there'll be a lot more in this ditch here. And strictly speaking, apparently Sunday is the beginning of our watering time. We never knew that. We always thought it was Monday. But my little sister found the paperwork and looking at it, and turns out we're allowed to start watering on Sunday. And there's another piece of tarp there I can use to direct some more water out. I know this is going to be long and boring for a lot of you, but when you're in the Magic Valley in southern Idaho, water is king. It's all about the water. I know I keep saying that, but it really is true. And right here is a spot that I need to build a little bit of a dam, make myself a small reservoir, and push the water so that it comes out through this trench. Because that trench goes all the way across the field to that tree you see over there, and it'll turn everything right out there green. And that's where we really need to concentrate on right now, because the top part of the pasture has got a lot of green on it already. It's already getting quite a bit of water. So I'll just slowly work at it, learn as much as I can, and see about making this pasture all green again this summer. Because down to this point, I've got enough water to where I can start doing something with it. And on up here, here's a barricade the neighbor was trying to help my little sister learn how to handle this stuff. He was showing her how to set up these tarps to make little dams. And this is one of them that they set up. As soon as we get a little bit more water volume in there, this water should start running out into the pasture. And on up a little bit farther, you see all these dirt clods. The neighbors came in here with a backhoe and cleaned a lot of this stuff out a month or two ago, because the water was backing up in here and running all out into their pasture at times that they didn't need it. Because they got cows out here. You can see their ditches are full of water today because today's one of their watering days. But they cleaned up a lot of this ditch, which was a big help. Now I need to just try to keep maintaining it so that it continues to be a big help for everybody. Don't want to flood their property, and I do want to flood some of ours. But I can't really expect my sister to be out here with a shovel trying to keep these ditches cleaned out. It does take a lot of work. And now I'm getting to a spot where the water is running out into the pasture. And this is what's turning a lot of this stuff green up here. We have a little bit of a tarp dam right up here, and that's how they do it. Put one of those orange tarps across the ditch. It backs up the water to a reservoir, and then the water runs out into the pasture. Easy peasy. It's just a matter of learning where the water wants to go, and then putting the tarps at the right spots to get it to go there. From here on up, things are starting to look green. So my task, I'd love to get water flowing over to the other side of the pasture there where the brown spots are at. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that yet, but a lot of this from this angle is green. It is a start. Maybe I'll take the drone up in a little bit and get a good aerial view to see what work I've got to do. But yeah, I'm back in Idaho, and once again it's all about the water. So I'll see you next time.